तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। वंदे गुरुर मंडलम। Shivoham. To gain success in material and spiritual realm, Lord Shiva says in Shiva Swarodaya that only requirement is that you perfect the divine science of Swar Yog through disciplined sadhana and perseverance. While it is true, but it should not be misunderstood. The only requirement does not mean that you will magically manifest money, fame, and power, just as some utopian law of attraction enthusiasts would like to claim. But it means that you would be able to know about upcoming opportunities, and also by following the Swar principles, you shall be able to make the most of them. We are on the topic of tattvas. Today, let's understand more about the tattvas by taking up this next verse from this beautiful Tantric text, Shiva Swarodaya. The next verse, verse 176, it states, चंद्रे पृथ्वी जले स्यातां सूर्ये अग्निर्वा सदा भवेत् तदा सिद्धिर्न संदेह सौम्या सौम्येषु कर्मसु. The verse means when there is predominance of earth or water in lunar swar and fire in solar swar, then there will be success in all types of works, calm or active. There is no doubt about it. As we understand here that when lunar swar or chandra nadi is active, having earth or water element as the dominant element is good. This is true for the works that are auspicious, permanent and peaceful in nature. While having fire element as dominant element in solar swar or surya nadi is good while doing harsh, cruel or dynamic works. When we talk about nadis, we should remember that during assessment of active or dominant element in it, if only one nadi is completely active, it means that it is Purna Swar. We have discussed about the Purna and Rikta Swar in previous talks. Generic rules that are stated in this text about tattvas etc. are mostly about Purna Swar. But in general, you will have both the nadis running for the most of the time. It means one nadi is stronger and the other nadi is also active but not that strong. And that means these rules of Purna Swar shall not give perfect results. Right? Because there will be two elements active at the same time. Confused? No wonder most of the people find it difficult to apply element principles when they find one nadi is more active than other, because both the nostrils are active here. Yes, this is a little confusing, but let's understand it clearly. Suppose your lunar swar is active and you notice earth element as the dominant tattva in it. But at the same time, your Surya Swar is also active a little. It means as you exhale, you feel air flowing through both of your nostrils, although it is more in your left nostril. Now there is a possibility that there will be a different element dominant in your right nostril. This verse will be completely true and there will be no doubt about it. Let's understand one more rule by taking up the next verse, verse 177. It states, Labha prithvi krutau ahanihi ya nishayam labha krujjalam vahanau mrityuhu kshayo vayur nabha sthanam dehat kvachit. The literal meaning of this verse is when earth flows during the day and water flows during the night, one obtains profit. There is death due to fire element and destruction due to air element. During space element, there can be destruction due to fire element. Earth and water element are both auspicious elements that give positive results in peaceful works. But it is more beneficial if earth is active during day and water is active during night. Water and moon share a mysterious relationship. So when moon is waxing, that is during bright moon phase or Shukla Paksh, water element becomes more active. This is a good phase to take up auspicious and positive works. All of you Tattva Shakti Vigyaan practitioners who are engaged in Tritikoti and above sadhana know this fact very well and utilize the moon energies during their anushtans. If you have to do some work during evenings or nights of the Krishna Paksh or new moon phase, you should start the work when water element is dominant. We have understood earlier that fire gives mixed results, and here it says that fire brings death. It is so because we are only considering the nadis at this time. When we have fire element in lunar swar, then it is not good, and the ventures taken up at that time may not see the light of the day. In that sense, it means that they die before getting accomplished. Although one should keep in mind that literal meaning of death is also applicable in some cases, which we will know in upcoming verses, in later verses. While having fire element in solar swar, when taking up some cruel, harsh, arduous or active work, it is good. Such combination will give desired results. As both the fire element and the solar swar are considered to be dynamic and energetic, so their energies create a sort of resonance with each other, giving very high impetus to the work at hand. Further sutra can be deciphered as having active air element in solar or lunar swar is not so good. It destroys the projects. I have seen that when air element is active during start of the project, it gets affected mostly due to conflicts of interest in the people involved and thus destroying the whole venture. Try to understand such principles by observing trivial and day-to-day incidents in your life. You need not always have to have some critical situations and some bigger projects to understand the mystical workings of the elements. Lastly, when space element is active in either of the nadis, it is not good for worldly ventures. There will be fear of fire if space element is active. I can vouch for this statement as I have seen the truth of this statement in my ashram life. Try to put to use the knowledge that you are gaining here as much as possible. Keep doing sadhana and stay observant to see which rules take charge and when. Only then you will realize the essence of these rules. Practice is what makes your knowledge deep, sharp and at your fingertips. That's all for today. Tasmai Shri Guruvi Namaha. I bow down to the divine sitting in your hearts. Shivoham.